Let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Welcome back. If you've ever watched Chris Rock's special talking about how come every woman you meet who's shy is never from the same hometown that you meet her in. She moves away to get shy. I mean, because she was a hoe in another town. Winners reinvent themselves. This has been shown over and over and over and over throughout history. It's called branding and marketing. Just because you start out one way and you have a losing record doesn't mean you have to live the rest of your life that way. You can reinvent yourself, even right now. Someone on the live stream last night, when I was talking about appearance, image, and corporate America, asked the question about what if you have a criminal history? What do you do then? You reinvent yourself. You reinvent yourself by, first of all, acknowledging the rules of the game. See, this is where most guys screw up. Most guys, and in general, brothers in particular, we would rather keep it real and keep fighting and doing stuff the hard way versus saying, you know what, there's a more direct path. And the direct path is reinvention. Today I've had more people compliment me on my suit. Man, I love the suit you're wearing. I love the suit you're wearing. Guys, I am wearing a white shirt and a blazer. I'm wearing dark jeans. But it looks to, at first glance, even if you stand there and look at me like I'm wearing a suit. I reinvented my version of dressy casual. What does that do? That means for me, when I go out and just do my regular activities, just like you, living your life, people open it. If I don't have to stand in lines, people tend to open another register. I get served first. I get asked questions. People treat me with more respect because I carry myself in this manner. But let's say you come from a background where you're poor, broken family, bad history, poor credit. Guess what? You're just an American like everyone else. But you can make the decision to reinvent yourself. Start with the fundamentals. Realize that life is a game. Just like the series The Game of Thrones, you play to win because the penalty is death. If you're going to reinvent yourself, you got to sign up and say, here are the rules. Okay, know the rules of the game. Image counts. Perception is reality. Everyone has an opinion. You get your own facts. When you start to reinvent yourself, you're going to have to start separating yourself from friends and family members and so-called loved ones who want you to keep it real or stay on that same level because they have the issue, not you. You will be called simp, sellout, whatever, but I'm going to tell you, those terms only exist in one segment of society. It's all about somebody was talking about the accessories. The accessories, yeah, as far as from my style personality, they do make a difference. It's really about the fit. The fit does more than anything else. But as you're reinventing yourself, give yourself room to make some mistakes. Look, you can't reinvent. I'm not saying go extreme like a woman does a weave. You know how sometimes you'll see a woman with short hair and next thing you know she'll have long weave down the back of her neck? No, you need to do it in steps. You need to do it in steps. The first thing you need to do is reinvent the way you look at you. What do you think of you when you look in the mirror? What do you see? Most guys don't see a strong man. They don't see a good man. They don't see a leader. They don't see someone who's intelligent, attractive, or confident. They just see Rob. They just see James. No. Who is James? Is James just the dad? Is James just a painter? Is James just an accountant? Or is James a modern sexy savage who survived trials and tribulations, stuff that will make most people panic and give up, to get to where he is right now. And he's done it with grace, dignity, and something to be respected and admired. It's all in the story you tell yourself. So, write down your story. What is your story? Let me give you an example of me. I am not the things that happen to me. I am how I choose to respond to those. I'm a black man born in 1969. I born to a single parent household. My father had 13 kids now. Grew up in the projects. I was skinny. I was a really cute kid, but that came with its own burden. People thought they didn't know if I was a boy or a girl until I was, 8 or 9 years old. A lot of times when people say, your daughter looks nice, they used to piss me off. I had a gap in my teeth. I wasn't particularly strong, but and these are all the things that I could have latched onto. People made fun of me, but I was also smart in school. I could draw well, and I was good in math and science. I lived in the projects, but the projects didn't find me. Can you reinvent your reputation? Yes. Yes, you can. It's done every day. Look at former President Barack Obama. He wrote an entire book about his life. I did coke, I smoked weed, I was this, I was that. The United States is a very forgiving country. The black community in particular, what can't be forgiven is just outright lying to people. If you are a drug dealer, or if you've been on drugs, own it. If you're a former alcoholic, own it. If you're a reformed simp, own it. I'm gonna give you an example. You guys ever watch O'Shea Duke Jackson, the broadcast? He talks about himself. I'm ugly, I got a big nose, I got something and so forth. Remember the movie 8 Mile with Eminem? The best thing he did in that rap battle was he said, I'm poor, I'm white trash, my girlfriend is a slut, my mama's a freak, I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that, I'm all these other things, but I'm here. Now tell these people something about me that I don't know. Yes, you can reinvent your bad reputation. Look at your current president. How many times has that man filed bankruptcy? How many times has he been married? How many horrible things? How many things? Whether or not you like Donald Trump, you can at least draw something from each story. But the question that you ask, I'm gonna use you an example, already tells me what you think about yourself. If you look at those things as hindrances, so will everyone else. Instead of looking at those things as being bad, look at those things as, hey, what you learn from it. Somebody give me an example of a bad reputation. I mean, tell me what you say, can you reinvent a bad reputation? A reputation for what? Everything has a silver lining. Everything. What you can't reinvent is a victim mentality. It takes a moment of clarity, a personal epiphany that every person has to have. And on this channel, it's men in particular. It's when we decide to take ownership and say, you know what? That happened to me, but it doesn't define me. That may be what happened, but that's not who I am. And then you reinvent yourself. Reinvent yourself. But you have to reinvent how you look at yourself. And so why is image important? You carry yourself the way you look at yourself. That is a hard pill for most people to swallow. That means most people don't think a lot of themselves. Men take care of what we value. That's why you see somebody when they get a new car, they're washing it all the time. Get a new home, it's crystal, but we take care of ourselves. So look, reinventing yourself starts with a couple of things. Understanding the image is important. Start with the guy in the mirror. If you're a big guy, take control of your weight. Take control of your weight. Start exercising. Well, first off, go to the doctor. Get a checkup. Find out everything that's going on with you. Write it down. Hire a personal trainer. Start with your weight. Then start with your wardrobe. Involve other people, because you have to be accountable to other people. Why do most guys not hire a personal trainer? It's not because you can't afford it. It's because you know you're full of shit and you're not gonna work out anyway. So you don't want to pay some money to somebody who's going to hold you accountable. So as men, show me your wallet, and I'll show you your priorities. If you're really serious about getting yourself together and reinventing yourself, you can reinvent your body, your image, your mind, but you're going to have to put money into it. Money is the measure of a lot of men. How many times, and if you don't think so, notice how many times people will go to a place to get a motivational speech or hear some rah-rah. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm cool. As soon as they say, hey, we need some money to help this cause continue to go, only the people who are really, really bought in to their dream, doing something better, will put their money where their mouth is. Same thing with us individually. When you want to reinvent yourself, the easiest thing to start with is your wardrobe. It's the easiest thing to start with. Because if you're overweight and out of shape, you cannot get your body into shape overnight. If you're not where you want to be as far as your skills, you cannot educate yourself overnight. You can improve the way you present yourself overnight with what you have in your wardrobe. Reinventing yourself is so critical, so key, because men, whether we like it or not, not whether we like it or not, whether the world wants to admit it or not, the world is a better place when men are on their A games. And men have been kicked around so much in the last 40 years to where men are walking around shells of themselves. I did it too. You know, that's why you hear all these simp stories where guys were living life, then we ended up getting off track, you know, made some bad decisions, had some mishaps, some misfortune, and then a lot of us beat ourselves up about those things. A lot of us are our own worst critic. A lot of us are hard on ourselves. Is discipline more important than motivation? No, they're both. It's not either or. See, a lot of us as men, we're very black and white. It's not either or. It's like saying, is your personal image more important than your physical body? As men, we don't do that. They're both important. It's a matter of prioritization. What can you do first? Motivation helps a lot of people get to the point to where they need to work, and then they need discipline to continue. See, some people are great at getting shit started, but horrible on follow through and consistency, and then continue to beat themselves up because they don't follow through on all these things. Good question though, because here's the thing: if you start something that's good for you and you stop doing it, you do yourself double damage, because you know you were going to school, you were worrying about your health, you were doing all this other stuff. Then you stop, then you sit down and beat yourself up about it. Get the likes up, guys. Likes up. There's a few people watching the stream. So we can have this conversation tonight in Man Law 101. There are some fundamentals here that we as men need to talk about. Motivation versus discipline. You're exactly right. Can you rehab a poor reputation? You're certainly right. Ultimately, it comes down to individual responsibility, accountability for one's actions, ownership of where you're at, and every guy is able to do this. You look at some of the people we hold in the highest regard, whether they're in politics, or whether they're in movies, whether they're athletes. We love a rags to riches story. But more than that, we love a story of redemption in this country. We love to build someone up, to tear them down, to watch them come back. That is quintessential Americana. If you are down, you can be built up. And then once you get torn down, it will happen, you rebuild yourself. The world will be there. Hey, there are stories in every culture written about this. What we need to make it happen is what I was thinking about earlier today. A fraternity, a worldwide fraternity of men. We need like-minded men to be around each other. That's what a fraternity is. It's just a bunch of people who come together who agree about something. You know, I'm in Oklahoma, you're in Australia, you're in Canada, but we can all be brothers and support one another, and it may not be the same as in person, but you need to be around like-minded people to help you get from here to there. That's what's missing a lot for men to be their best versions of themselves. The absence of strong male leadership in every community. Guys, we don't know what the path holds, and we're trying to do it all on our own, by ourselves, and it's hard to do it by yourself. So, we're going to add this in to tonight's stream. Remember, tonight, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Man Law 101. Every guy needs a code. Do me a favor, guys. Invite a friend. Let them know we're going to get into this tonight, because we are trying to do what should have been done for all of us as we were coming up. Give us the rules. Give us the fundamentals, the instructions, and then let us run with it. Let us become the best versions of ourselves. Until next time, talk to you later.